Transistors, and the Tales of Quantum Mechanics, by Furman. Friends, as you will see in the drawing, this entire explanation is just my own opinions and deductions, and therefore its credibility only affects me. As I see it, quantum mechanics is supported mainly by explanations and mental experiments, and therefore they do not have to be proven at any time, but rather follow the string of mental assumptions until the listener is convinced that all QM it is wonderful and definitive in the physical sciences. Of course, and to support and try to convince definitively, the explanations are interspersed with assertions that everything modern and important has been discovered thanks to QM, such as everything related to semiconductors and their important technological advances. But no, all this is falsehood and manipulation, semiconductors, modern electronics, etc. They are classic discovery that have nothing to do with QM. Yes, QM gives its particular explanations, energy barriers, energy tunnels, energy wells, etc., but less understandable and simple substitutes for the classic. But let's look at the classic, theoretical, simplicity of these semiconductors. The transistor, according to my deductions. The idea of the transistor arose from the need to replace large electronic valves with much simpler and, above all, smaller materials. But yes, following the same principles of these valves, that is, obtaining an electronic device, not mechanical, that would function as a valve for opening and closing an electric current by means of an electrical signal. For this, and unlike the old electronic valve, semiconductor materials would be used that had a certain resistance to the passage of current, and in which a grid or impurity could be introduced, to which by polarizing it the flow could be improved or interrupted. Passage of the current. So to the resistance, R, of the semiconductor itself, said resistance could be added and enormously increased with an appropriate polarization, P, of this grid or impurity introduced into the semiconductor. Asterisk if we polarize it negatively, the grid will prevent the passage of current, and if we polarize it positively it will facilitate it. That is, the transistor is mainly a classical electronic tube, using semiconductors instead of vacuum tubes. And so, and depending on the semiconductor materials and a wide variety of ways of using them, many types of devices are achieved, such as rectifiers, current amplifiers, etc. In summary, transistors are electronic valves but using semiconductor materials, easy to miniaturize, but following the same operating process as the old and gigantic vacuum tubes, and therefore with the same classical, technical and electronic explanation of those devices. Well friends, thanks for your interest.